Greetings and salutations. I'm Ben, and welcome to the Father's Day annual Father's Day special. Let's get it right. Can we do a take two? Nope, can't.
No, can't live. Too bad.
No nets to be seen. And
Come on,
Father's Day special, which is here every Father's Day here on the Sunday Night Hang, and with me this evening, at least for now, we have Mr. Charles 75. Well, sorry, Dr. Charles 75. Almost with Mr. Ooh, to me. And possibly, our regular guest, which, due to my illness last week, is going to be the first time ever having back-to-back guests 2 weeks in a row. Cousin Doug joining us, but he's like, messaged me 15 minutes ago. Goes, "Oh, way to the hotel." Oh, is the hotel an hour away? Is it 2 blocks? I have no idea what that means. He's like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, well, it's been 20, Doug. And he's like, my food was late. I'm like, well, when were you planning on eating? You're showing up right on at 8 o'clock. So then we have the good doctor here because he's the responsible one. Oh, look at that. There, we have arriving finally.
We have a Coombs.
Yeah, it's pretty bad when I'm the fucking punctual one in the family. There he is. Yeah. Whatever. Captain Cornhole himself, out on the rock.
Late. It ran late. Then I had to go get food, and then, yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. There we are. So, we got it's the Father's Day special here, specializing on Father. Oh, I was supposed to do roll call.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you wouldn't have started without me.
Well, see, I'm punctual in life.
How it goes when you're a star. How it goes when you're a star.
Well, hey, I was out at an event yesterday.
He's a rock star on the road,
Well, I didn't
tell
you this off here, Charles. I was at an event yesterday.
I heard him sing yesterday.
Yeah, not good. But I did, yes. But yeah, so Ben knows I only get drunk probably like once a year very badly in Charlotte. Last night, I kind of, every time I see one of my friends go to the bar, up to the bar to get something, I was like, hey, you buying this round? And they're like, yeah, what do you have? And I was like, Iceberg, which is the beer in Newfoundland here. So I had like 10 drinks. I had like 10 draft beers last night, and I bought one.
Oh, nice.
Because I just kept going, like, hey, you buying now?
We are.
So, yeah.
I was going to say, I was at an event yesterday, and jokingly, Charles, I said to Mr. Taft, I said, I wonder if I'll get recognized at the event. And he said, well, I think you will. Like, it was just a given. Like, I'm fucking Elvis or something, right? I was like, staff doesn't count, Taft. Staff doesn't count. And he's, oh, yeah. So, sure, we got there, and there was a young gentleman performing solo acoustic acting with a pedal board, including throw a phaser on an acoustic. So I'm a fan immediately. And he comes off stage after he breaks down his gear, and he starts walking across the area, and he's like, you're Ben Coombs. Because I follow you on, I follow you on social media. All right. Nice. So, yeah. I suppose I should get to roll call. I got 42 people in the chat, Doug. I know that's a shock, that many people watching us. Or you. It's not a shock.
I can wait.
Well, we've already had one request if you could turn off the annoying light behind you, because, we don't need to light the back of the head. Well, we got Zach Thong in the chat. Got McCall Music. Cushman NYC. Some guy named Charles 75N, who I have heard of.
Oh.
I just have to flip it up, copyright. I don't want that other channel suing me. Earl in the house. That's right. Like and subscribe. Helps a fella out. Or oot. Oh, I just realized the new comments thing when it says that Charles in the chat, it's now clear. I can see through it. That's new.
Very nice.
They stopped sending me emails on new features. They just put them in and say fuck it, I guess.
They just
who my knees hurt was losing it during Pete Thorne because he's always iBarge. He's like, it's a fucking L, Pete. So Yeah, great to see Lee in here. Got Josh Tamberg, recent birthday boy, here. Billy Baloney's here. Ryan Hall, y'all. Yep, did it.
Brother Ryan.
Yep. He's in Alabama tonight, I believe. We got Hip Metalworks, who's not in Alabama, and happy about it. No. Hip, who's going on a road trip next weekend, Charles.
Oh.
Yep.
Is he going to the John DeSay shindig? Or?
Yes, in fact, he's taking part in the whiskey weekend because during a whiskey-induced conversation, Ken's like, well, I can make it to the ferry. And Trev's like, thank you, the ferry, not realizing opposite sides of fucking Vancouver on a weekend. It could be an hour and a half each way for him. So, yeah. Dave Chase, the host, Big Wave Dave. Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, do you know who I saw in the chat on my show today?
I don't know. I should
Doug
know.
Strong.
I saw, yes, he popped in right before I did.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was very nice to see, especially on Father's Day.
Great. Proof of life.
While we're talking about things we've seen,
Uh-huh.
do you know what I'd seen while I was out strolling yesterday, I think it was, or the day before?
Did you say who or a what? Sorry.
What?
What?
What I seen?
Like snow?
No. Those.
That was not yesterday. You sent me that photo several days ago.
Yeah, no, still.
So he's making stuff
Look
up
at
again,
all of
folks.
But
He's
he's
like, I read guitars. I'm like, yes.
He's taking the journey back.
Yeah, he's trying. Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice baby blue guild, by the way. I noticed that right away. He goes, I think it's a guild. I'm like, yeah, no shit, it's a guild.
Yeah.
Charles. Yeah.
No,
the
red beauty.
The red one right there is like a Rickenbacker.
Rickenbacker. Yeah, we don't want that. No. Who else we got in the chat? Everyone's saying hey to each other. Hey, it's Ferd Burfel.
Hello, Ferd.
I don't want to be perpetually behind in the chat here. So everyone's saying hey to each other because we're all playing. There's Guitar Man 45. What'd you get for Father's Day, Bo? He's usually, he started leaving hints around. We got Grimora in here. Always sounds like an arch nemesis to Godzilla. Oh, it's the one with Grimora? Yes. We got BC Rich, who was a member for 47 months. Wow. And he regrets 46 of them. Doing a member milestone message. I don't know why you got to say it that way, but you do.
It's required. It's in the bylaws.
You want to stick out like that, hit the join button, folks. Join the 70 other channel members, which has allowed us to now go demonetized Mondays, which means no commercials, which means Don Henley's like, hey, heard you played one of my riffs. Shoot a fellow some cash. I'm like, what cash, Bubbaloo? And then he gets all pissy because there's no cash. And Glenn likes cash. Marsh Murray's here. Unfucking believable is here. They're all talking. Hey, Eric Warrington is here. Gear Junk 35. Gary's here. Rock Daddy. Absolute Mayhem. Wayne McConnell. Symmetry's here. He's lurking from the old spaghetti factory. Nice. What's wrong with that? Eston Ray is here. We're up to 8:06. We're only 5 minutes behind. JP Page 2. Mark's Gas Station. Flying through. Blue Mox. Stephen Douglas. Oh, yeah.
John Deschain.
There we go. Hobo Roadie. Michael Kraus.
You got all the cool kids here.
I'm now only 1 minute behind. Paul McNary, possibly with cats. We're not sure. Daryl B's here. There's another member milestone message. And it's just 4 devil's horns, even though he's a member for 5 months. I'm just saying.
So he only regrets the last month? Is that?
Yeah. He just regrets the first one. There's Brother John. All right. Oh, guys, remember. Grimora. Sweet.
Oh, Doug is down. Doug is down.
I'm right here. I'm doing something. Hold on. I don't like.
I'm doing something like no, he is the bed. I don't want to know what he's doing. And there it is, folks. There it is. First of the night.
I'm changing out the freaking thing I had here.
John Landino is here. Great to see you, John. Quentin fucking James. Hey, kids, just made some hot dogs. Nice.
Yeah.
With bacon? I was having a conversation about hot dogs with Trev's lovely daughter, Becca, the other night. She's telling me how vegan hot dogs are taste the exact same. I'm like, fuck you, they don't. Because I can tell different brands of hot dogs. Because I'm Coombs. You know, I'll be like, yeah, that's a Schneider's. Hey, that's a Lester's. Hey, that's a Shopsy's. I'm just saying. Oh, there we go. Matt found the missing devil horns.
There it is.
Probably went down, you know. In between. Yeah, Travis is here. Scott Brockway. Scott, loved you hanging with chatting with Charles. Loved your chat with Charles. See,
yeah, Scott was a great guest today for sure.
It was quite enjoyable. We got the rest of the story, including the origin story of the 1 meg pot. Which, when he said I plug into long ass patch cable back in the day, I'm like, right? You know, I'm like, or you can just turn up the treble on the amp. I'm just less soldering and burnt fingers and swearing that way, Charles. For me, I just crank up the high end. Yeah.
Safety issue for you.
Well, but he knows how to do that stuff, and I know how, just not how to do it safely. Clearly,
there's an element of risk.
Oh, it's always an element of risk with me. Whew. It's like, wow, that was supposed to be a completely safe endeavor, and yet you almost died. Yep. There we go. So, yeah, we're caught up in the chat. We got 53 people watching. We're 12 minutes in. Hit that like if you haven't already, please, folks. And, of course, excuse me. Hit the like and subscribe. That was the one. Oh, look at another member milestone. Coming up on 36 months. 3 years. There we go. Guitar, Devil's Horns, Water Buffalo.
Billy
I gotta say one more thing, just in case she's watching. Happy anniversary to my wife, Karma. Because again, this year, my anniversary present to her is
you're absent.
I'm away for a week.
They do say absence makes the heart grow fonder.
You're right. And how can I miss you if you won't go away? Right. And what his Father's Day gift to himself? Again, away from the family. Did the kid at least text you a happy Father's Day, Doug?
He did at 7:00 tonight.
Wow.
But then again, he knew that I was live from like your time, 7:30 this morning. I went live, and I just finished up hour and a half ago.
There we go.
So it was like, while everybody else went to get food, I was left alone tearing down all my live feed gear.
Yeah,
then I went to get food. I met everyone.
See, that's why you got to get a roadie like me, because then you go off and get food while someone else tears down all your gear.
Well, I kind of did. I had one of the guys who was like, "Do you need help?" And he's like, "I don't want to touch anything expensive." And I was like, "Well, cameras are like $300 each." He's like, "I don't want to touch them." I was like, "Okay."
Sounds like you might have been into
quite expensive.
see all that those wires that are going from around behind the backdrops. He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Can you wrap them up for me and pull up the tape?" And then he did that. So
nice,
very nice.
If you have any questions for either of us, you can do the that works, or question marks out front. Members can do a member milestone message, unless you already have, and you already blew your load on that one. So you got to wait till tomorrow when I'm back on again. Or stand out with a super chat. Ian's Guitar Shack's here, and RJ the Mad One.
And if you want Ben to keep all the money, you can send it to his PayPal.
Virtual tip jar is always open. By the way, thanks, Charles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's that button there. Oh, there it is. Boom, there it is. You can't say the W word, but you can say boom, there it is, even with a comma.
Oh, okay.
Copyright.
Now we know.
Yeah. Unbelievable ass Doug. How'd the tournament go, anyways?
Absolutely fantastic up until the last half hour. It was on. I was like, I wasn't waiting for games coming on, whatever. So I'll go from start off. I was live Thursday night. Live Thursday night from like 9 o'clock, like local time here. So I'll go by local time here. So I went live at 9 night. Well, yeah, I did. Yeah, I was just talking. That was just my show, just talking shit.
Hey,
but then live on the ACL channel or Facebook page, whatever.
I like the personal there. Happy Father's Day. Sorry to interrupt you, Doug, but happy Father's Day and congrats to those who are not. Thanks, Blue Mox. Appreciate that.
Yeah, so go live Thursday night. I'm just gonna go live for the bracket, and everything went late. So I started like quarter after 9 around there. Got done at 1:30 in the morning here.
Ooh.
So then got done, back to the hotel and whatever. Friday morning, I was live at 9 a.m. I had to be back for 9 a.m. Was there live 9 a.m. to like noon. Early, we went out to the bar. That was fun. Got home at like 2 in the morning. Had to be back to do live feed at 9 in the morning again. Till like, that went long. So I was there till like 8 o'clock, 8:30. 8:30, quarter to 9. They had a thing at another bar downtown here, like a party, the actual party. Left the bar at 2 a.m. Did like the 5-minute walk uphill because there's hills in St. John's in the rain, in a freaking driving rain. Okay, in the driving rain. Then had to be back there for 9 a.m. this morning.
Nice.
And then went live. We finished up about around 7:30 here local time. So, but everything was fine. Like I was like, for the first time ever, like none of the cameras shut down. I wasn't having issues or nothing until the final game. The one guy had the double dip, so the one guy had to win twice. The other guy just had to win once because it was double elimination. The one guy wins the first game, they had the double dip, so I was like, fine, whatever. They take like a 10-minute break, and as they're about to start the second game, like the final game, absolute final game of the weekend, stream cuts out. Then I shit myself.
Of course.
Literally. Because I'm trying to figure out like, what the frick's going on. I'm trying to go, I'm like, okay, should I go on the down and back page then? So I just go live there? Yeah, no. The whole Wi-Fi, like my whole feed was nothing, none of my hardware stuff. Right. The feed went down. I lost connection. So then all of a sudden, I hit the start, like I kept hitting start streaming. And after like the 6th time, I was like, okay, I'm going to work. And I was back up for the final 45 minutes of that game took.
Nice.
So yeah.
I want to thank the Loneliest Hermit. Just did a little PayPal situation. Says with the tagline for the next res run. Done. Although they're out at that price point, but that's okay. That'll basically, we're good. I appreciate that quite a bit. I'll be out there.
So talking from like 9 a.m. this morning till 7:30 tonight, with only like a 15-minute break around lunch. So then, then I go ahead and eat. And I'm back here to talk because I haven't talked enough today. Here to talk now. Mm-hmm. When we're done here, I'm waiting for a text to say which bar on George Street I'm going to tonight. Yeah.
Speaking of which, we had a comment from Unbelievable. Please ask Doug more questions. He's not tired enough.
I'm actually fine. I was very surprised that I was feeling very good.
One of these, this is a performance-enhancing beverage, folks, because he is a Coombs.
I don't have anything to drink here.
What?
I got nothing to drink.
I got nothing, he says. All right. Zach Long was hanging out in the dirty straw at everybody's place. You barely ever drink coffee.
Yeah. Well, I do in the morning sometimes.
So Doug, you're covering these tournaments, right? Do you ever just sit there and say, look, just stop what you're doing. Let me get up and show you how it's done. Does that run through your head watching these people play?
You've obviously never seen Doug play.
Exactly. Exactly. But it is, the tournaments here in Newfoundland are the absolute best. Especially when there's a final.
Like what? No mini bar?
Actually, you know what? There isn't. But actually, here's the other thing is so Karma booked all my flights for Calgary when I was in Calgary. She gave me the red eye coming home for that.
Yeah.
And then so the hotel here, the Delta here in St. John's, because I'm a Marriott member, I guess, I'm on the signature floor. So when you get in the elevator, you actually have to tap your key to be able to get off on this floor.
Oh, look at you.
Walk out of the elevator on this floor.
I don't understand it either, Chris. I don't understand a hotel in St. John's without a mini bar. Like I figured it'd be half full of rum and the other half of schooner beer.
Let me finish.
All right.
Okay, so I'm on the signature club floor. You have to use your room key to be able to get off on this floor. But on this floor, there is a lounge. Our own private floor lounge. That is absolutely amazing. You walk in there, you tab in there, there's like drinks. You go there, it's free, like your own free food. They have like a snack hour.
Well, why are you stopping food on the way to the hotel, not just stopping in there and snagging on some food and booze and bring it back to the room?
That's from like 4 to 6.
Oh, well. So that's not much of a lounge. It's only open for 2 hours.
No, you can go in at any time, but that's when they have the stuff. So and it's 10 p.m. here. So
the neck position of time zones, yeah.
He's not fighting fair.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, Charles, I didn't tell you this one. Got to bring it up in the photos, if I remember where I put it. Hang on. It was a comment on the video I dropped earlier this week. Oh, I guess I didn't. Okay, so you know that demo I did of the Godin Radium.
Mm-hmm.
The comment. I'm not going to throw the commenter under the bus for Burful. He said, "I dig the telly neck pickup in the central time zone position."
Oh wow!
Or possibly this. We'll just start calling that the central pickup position.
Apparently,
it wasn't Chris. It was me. No, and that's I'm sorry. I had to disagree because there's a reason it's a telly neck pickup because it didn't sound right in the middle position. It needs to be up against the neck. It sounded weird.
Is that a thing where they're just taking whatever they got left over and putting it in that position?
Yes, because remember they had two of them there. One had a telly pickup there, and the other one had a strap pickup. And then I don't know who it was. It might have been, sorry if you're in the chat, Charles. They said, does it have the piezo like the Radium X model? And I said, no, because it's not the X model.
I'll do it.
So my other thing is, since this is a Father's Day show,
yes,
to talk about family stuff, because here, as you know, I came down a couple days early.
Came down like a week or
went to do. Yeah, I came down Sunday, so I'll be here a week today. Did some family stuff. Haven't sent all the pictures out to everybody yet. I sent some to your sister, Amanda. So I got to do family stuff. You know, just in case people don't know.
They all know, Doug. They all know. I'm pretty sure she's more popular than I am.
But anyway, so did kind of land. I landed here. I was supposed to go up to Spaniards Bay on Sunday night, but the one other guy was like, "Hey, come to my garage, hang out for a bit." And all of a sudden, there was like 8 other people showed up, and I ended up spending the night where I was not supposed to spend the night. But anyway, so up
That's
Monday
not
to
the way
Thursday.
What's her name?
It's Derek Barrett. Apparently no relation to us. He's not a Bell Island Barrett. He's a Woody Island Barrett.
I didn't know I was related to any Barretts.
Did we have it on Bell Island? Yes.
No, apparently. Okay. Yeah. What? How distant is that? No. I don't count 14th cousins, Doug.
Well,
In that case, we're related to the whole fucking island.
If you want to talk,
yes, I
fathers,
am.
Yes.
So,
yeah, exactly. Well, he
fathers-
can say that being in New Hampshire, right?
It's freaking raining out right now. I now have to walk. I get to walk downhill to the bar in the rain.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, and this guy, he's like, "Oh, you're coming next year." I'm like, "No, it's like 2 degrees. It rains, and there's no flatness. And I don't like walking even when it's flat, let alone with hills.
There's these.
Don't care. We got a whole store of them right over here."
Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then we went. Then we got to go up to Upper Island Cove, where our grandfather was born. And holy crap, I did some stuff there and drove around Upper Island Cove. There's a few streets that say blind hills.
Right.
Cool. It's a blind hill. You're driving up. You can't see what's coming up the other side.
Yeah.
Issue is, if I sat in the middle of the car and I put my hands out each window, I could touch the house on either frickin' side. There's just enough room for one car on this road.
Yeah.
And it's a blind hill.
Yeah, I was talking about. And Charles, I know you're in Texas. There's not a lot of fucking elevation change. It's like a blind corner, but vertical.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going, and it's a peak of a hill. So you got to really gun it up the hill. So there could be someone else gunning it up the hill as well.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Benito, I'm in Central Texas, so which means I am at the beginning of where all the elevation changes in Texas begin.
Okay. And how?
So anyway,
on a scale, like, are we? Okay.
So actually, it would have been really cool for you, Ben, to be here as well, because got to see some of our father's cousins. Go figure, one's named Ken. Which he talked about being in Ontario and Toronto, 1969 to 71. So
Okay.
he talked a lot about your father. Got to hang out with him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been cool for you with that.
Hey, there he is. Legend, Mark Taft.
Here he is.
Yeah, so I got to speak with him and a couple other cousins and a whole crop load of pictures. And I got to show that one. And they want all of you. They want all of us to come down because they.
Well, no shit. That's typical Newfoundland. You come to us. No, how about you come to us, the fucking civilization?
The funny thing is there was a couple of the other people that were here for cornhole were out in a drive there in Upper Island Cove, and they're like messaging me saying like, "Does your family own this place?" I was like, "Kinda," because there's like the Coombs Compassionate Home Care. There's the Coombs Garage. There's the Coombs Convenience Store.
Yeah. It's a rare name outside of Upper Island Cove, basically, Charles. You know, it's not the most common name in the world, but Jesus, we had a lot of kids there for a couple hundred years, right? It was like, because why? Because there's nothing else to do.
It's a no cable situation.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, but by June, I wear shorts, and I don't want to.
And they have this.
There.
And they have this.
I can't see what that is.
Coombs Day.
Oh, every day's Coombs Day.
It is.
Hey, there's another legend in the chat. Charles Green, host of the Charles Green Show on the Charles Green Network. See,
I see that.
Newest YouTube star right there. Great to see you, brother. Which reminds me, I got to reach out to Charles Hey, Charles, you're right here. You want to come on next Sunday? And we could do that Robin Crosby.
No, he can't be on your show next Sunday. He's going to be on my show next Sunday.
Oh, right. He's on your show next Sunday. All right. 2 Sundays.
But he is.
Well, I was thinking, Charles, it's only a matter of time before someone gets on both of our shows in the same day, right? It's like making the rounds, right? You're out in LA. You start the day on the morning shows or whatever, or let's say The View, I don't know, or something like that, and then you do the Tonight Show at night.
Mm-hmm.
All right, maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tonight, Charles.
So Ben, just so you know that after reading this thing here that I've got on the phone here, on February 3rd is Coombs Day.
Fuck that shit. I ain't going there to celebrate. February on the rock. You know what?
Here, wait a second. Hold on. Let me read this. On a bright, sunny winter's day, John Coombs set off inland to cut firewood when he was overcome by the storm that came up suddenly later in the day. And then he went on to save everybody.
Not bright either. No, it's February. Now, Charles, I know you're a Star Wars fan, so if you wonder what Upper Island Cove, February 3rd, is like, the planet Hoth. Okay, and if you get you got to gut a moose, sleep inside of a moose for the night for survival.
And then when you're done getting warm, you've got dinner.
And all right, so I'm going to mention our family historically was a little on the pinching of the penny side, we'll call it, Charles. And the quality, you wonder, what's the land like there? The deal was, if you cleared it, you owned it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our ancestor cleared he spent decades just chopping wood and clearing land and making babies. And so in theory, if we want, we can all have an acre of the family land to retire and build a home and blah, blah, blah. But the problem, it's an Upper Island Cove! Whereas another one of my forefathers was smart enough to fucking leave. And then my father directly left and just said, I'm not coming back.
Funny enough. Not that it's funny enough, but it's still. So our grandfather left to go to Sydney, which is way freaking better than Glace Bay.
Rob's not here, Doug. Rob Blackmore official has not come. To answer both questions, Charles Green has a new show. Charles Green. That's who it was. To answer his question.
He could be watching later. So anyway, he went to Cape Breton, to Sydney.
Yep.
Like your father, never went back. Never came back to Upper Island Cove.
What's up, Seth? Great to see you. He's co-host Guitar Safari with this guy over here. And we got Mr. Milk T in the chat as well. What's up, Milk? Also, damn, I forgot. I had a thing I was going to mention. Oh, well. Maybe I'll remember. Probably won't. Michael Kress, is St. John's one of those islands that doesn't get much snow because of the 60-mile-an-hour winds? No, they get all the snow. You mentioned your snowfall by inches, Michael Krause, in New England. They measure it by the foot. Oh, I got 6 last night.
Feet. You have to mute yourself. Take a phone call for a second, Ben.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
This is your chance, Charles. Payback. Now you get to mock someone while they're on.
It's all the sponsors pulling out.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard that. We love you, Doug. What can I say?
Well, like when you're on the phone with your wife and I giggle, you can now do the same, Doug. Because that's what we do.
Lifestyle choices here.
I really wish I remember what the hell I was going to mention about. But
no, I did want to bring you back to Guitar Man 45's comment at 726.
That's right. Hey, Unbelievable has been on both shows in one day. You know who else has been on both shows one day? Us two.
Yeah. Funny how that works.
Yeah.
But at 7:26, Guitar Man 45 informed us because we all want to know what he got for Father's Day.
Yes.
And he says, my kids are taking me to Guitar Center next Saturday for a shopping spree. He's got $3,000 spending limit. And so he's notified his salesman, and his salesman is just really nervous and excited.
Just like an old school department store. The guy's got all these guitars lined up. Bo just comes in, sits in a throne of some kind, gets handed gear. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I imagine the salesman packing everything up and going to Bo, but
Right. Nice. So we got 52 people watching, which is weird because a bunch of different people. So people are scrolling in and out. Fine. We don't want the show to get too big, right? Ooh, afraid of that.
So, Doug, is there more of the tournament going on, or are we done with that and we're just in the celebrating phase?
I'm flying home tomorrow. And I'm done until let me see here.
There's the rebuttal, Charles. That's why they're nervous. They usually come here.
Yep. Bo's going to walk in, show me the good stuff. Let's not mess around.
I am done until August the 3rd.
Oh, wow.
Which, August the 2nd, I will be flying into Charlotte, North Carolina. I'll be spending about 4 lovely days in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Oh, don't even start, Michael Crow. So that's the last thing we need is a panel truck full of guitars showing up in our driveway. Oof,
then after that, the August the 29th, I'll be stopping in at Ben's house.
Wait, what?
Morning. I'll be stopping in to see you.
Okay. When?
I said August 29th. I couldn't show you.
Well, I'm multitasking here. I got people messaging me. Yeah, okay. I might be here. Might not be. Who knows?
Don't go anywhere.
That's true.
Anyway.
But it might.
August 29th, on my way to Ottawa for 3 lovely days in Ottawa to do cornhole stuff.
That's what the most you want to spend in Ottawa. I don't have any followers in Ottawa, Charles. It's okay to say it.
Well, now we know why.
Right.
Maybe I'll drive a truck in Ottawa.
There you go.
Honk, honk. Maybe I'll follow you.
And then after August, there'll be nothing until back out west in October.
Oh, just in time for it to start getting cold again.
Yeah, back out to Calgary.
Yay. Maybe they'll have the water main fixed by then.
But nobody knows that, so just download.
Do we have any Calgarians in the chat? No.
Actually, even heard I could be going to Victoria as well.
Ooh.
Coming up in Victoria in the spring.
That would be nice. Now that, see, we get Hip to come down. He's just north. He's in Sydney. Not that one. That one. We have Sydney. We have them on each coast, just to be on the safe side, Charles. We got a Sydney on each.
You can't have too many.
They're both west of me right now.
They are. That is true.
Because you know why? Everything's fucking west of me right now.
Right? Because he's on the east coast of the East Coast.
Exactly.
So much so, he's 2 time zones ahead of Michael Krause, who's on the East Coast.
Oh, my.
Well, no, worse, yeah.
It's one of those. Well, it's like Doug's co-host there on the podcast. There, Charles. Donnie's he's in the Boston area, and he's like, maybe I'll just go to St. John's. East Coast. He's like, it's over a day's drive. Yeah, because you can't get there from here. It's just what you got a boat. You got a boat. You get there in about 12 hours.
Not right now. The ferry has been shut down for the month of June.
Well, yeah, I'm saying if you had an actual boat, you don't need a ferry if you got the boat. The ferry doesn't carry boats. Well, it does, but they're little bass boats and stuff. No, you just get a dory and you just ride across the North Atlantic. And I'm just picturing the beginning of Gilligan's Island, Charles, with Doug and Johnny and waves and perfect storm and yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Bo's like, I'm thinking about getting a Falcon. Don't know yet. Like a Ford Falcon? Oh, Bird Falcon? Like, what do we got? A fucking Falcon? Really?
With Charger 45, I'm betting the Bird Falcon.
Yeah, that's hardcore. Like, that's like a really big pissed off hawk, eagle, if you like. They're mean. Like, you're gonna have no mice.
That'd be security for his new studio.
Yeah, right. Apparently the cats aren't pulling the bill in the mousing department by the sound of it. He's getting a Falcon. Or is there an amp called the Falcon? Charles knows which one. What? All right. You know Charles, apparently.
I do.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
You know stuff. Hey, Eddie Fay in the house. Yes. Eddie's a hand cousin Doug? Maybe?
Not everybody knows the coolness of Doug yet. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Oh, I think I may have lost all my bandwidth. All right. Doug's back.
Yeah, you fold up real good there.
All right. You both get a little blurry now and then.
Well, I'm on hotel Wi-Fi.
Locked up in. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one.
Uh-oh. There he is.
Hang on.
He's switching over to the cellular.
All right. Oh.
Yes, I am, Bo. I am in a hotel room. Yes, I just thought because it's Father's Day, I would go by my real name.
Doug, I was wondering about those cameras you were using, the one that you recommended to me, because I didn't end up getting it, but I've been thinking about them. How are they? Now that you've been using them.
Well, I'm using them now.
There, I'm resetting my modem for the second time since I've been down here, Charles. Because I reset it once already for the show because my internet sucks.
I'm in a little case like that.
Mm-hmm.
In a little case like this. It's like a Big Mac with a zipper.
We don't care about the cases. We care about the cameras.
They're they're like a small version of the one that I use, of the Logitech one that I use for my overheads. They're very similar.
I gotta up these. Yes, that's okay. Yeah, because neither of us actually go by our first name. That's why. All right, here I'm gonna slow you out. Hold it up, even though there's no bandwidth. Oh yeah,
okay. That's the size.
Cool.
And I wish I would have gotten them at that time when they had the deal, because the price was right at that time when you were recommending.
Hold on a second here. Let me look at this here.
There is.
Well, we just right here.
Oh yeah, you should probably get the $5.
I'm seeing there's something that's come up with my one thing. There's something only 3 days left for hot summer deals. I don't know what that is.
All right, check it out.
Well,
hello there.
I'm just here to support Doug.
Here, I'm gonna do this so that way it looks like he's actually looking at Doug too.
If you're on Facebook, I'm putting on something out here this week. You can now subscribe to my on Facebook for $15 a year.
Or you can click the join button without having to go to the face space and join at $15 a month. Or more. Up to you. Or less. I have several tiers.
Oh, for you, yes. Yeah.
Channel membership, which has exclusive content. We also do Water Buffalo meetings twice a month. Basically, if you subscribe to Doug, though, you get the same thing over on the face space because he just ripped off me in every way, shape, or form as usual. So
it is a tradition of those that know you.
It is. All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Should I try switching back my internet?
Sure.
Let's see what happens here. Oh, there's the modem. Let's see what happens.
Wow, it looks like Ben and Doug are both frozen.
Well, no, Doug is still moving. He's grainy.
This is terrible
and
bandwidth.
Ben froze momentarily, is back now. So, if nothing else, Chris, you and I just, keep going and have a show.
Sure, but Doug's counting his money for that $15 a year that he so heavily promoted on Facebook. Wow.
Well, because I don't have enough of a following on YouTube yet.
But you have more of a following on Facebook?
Yep.
Yeah, their cornhole show gets all its views off of Facebook. And there's like like 3 or 4 of us in the typical YouTube on it.
And I'm one of them on Oh no.
He's gone.
Ben,
no. For Ben.
Oh no. Ben, no.
Well, he's not here. Anyone see Ben's post on Facebook today? Great post with his father. Ben, right
Yeah,
there.
great picture.
You need to dress like this more.
Yeah, that was a great. Yes, that was a great picture. Very heartfelt.
But yeah, I wish he would come down with me here.
That's how crappy my internet is. It closed down StreamYard altogether.
Oh my.
Yeah. Oh, something went wrong. Try again. Yeah, how about fucking working, you piece of shit? God damn it.
Look at Chris just noodling on that Parker Fly. It's gorgeous.
I know you have one of those too. It's okay. Everybody has a Parker Fly.
Everybody. They're so routine.
I know. Bo has 20 of them, and that makes me jealous.
I played one once. The year was 1995. I'm good. Because that upper horn got me right in the breastplate. And I went, nope.
That one.
Yeah, just dug me right. Yeah. Oh,
That's the one. Yeah.
Yep. I could probably do it now that I'm a little more in the rotund area. But
now you've got more padding.
That's why he played in the classical position. It doesn't poke you so much. I like that, Billy. House flies.
So sure. Bo says he's never had a Parker, but he's had 20 plus of others, though. All right. That's like 20 plus of every other brand, Charles.
I guess so.
20 down electros, 20 Rickenbackers. Yep.
Yeah.
20 different sets of cornhole bags. Yep, Bo's had it all. I don't doubt it.
Whoa. I should mention to the folks on air, I didn't even mention this to you, Doug. So I'm at the L&M, I'm quoting because that's where they are over there. Customer Appreciation Day, right? Part of the deal was they had a cornhole board set up. And if you got an airmail, they gave you a free set of strings.
And you didn't get free strings.
I didn't even try to play because they weren't giving away strings that I use. So
well, they're free. What the hell? They're cheap.
I'm not that cheap.
There's free, Doug, and then there's free.
Yeah. I did snag myself a can of Grape Crush, and I snagged myself a jumbo hot dog, though. Free.
Huh?
Better than a set of boomers.
I think they were giving away packs of Ernie ball sacks, non-coated. And Mark's like, "Don't use those." I'm like, "No, I haven't used those in over a year." But FYI, folks, watch my videos with the volume turned up so you know exactly what I'm using because I narrate my videos. Plus, it was weird. The cornhole board was the right width, but it wasn't full length either. So I figured I was going to be handed some kind of Coca-Cola little shit cornhole bag that would get lost in the breeze or something.
A smart person would have went and did it, got free strings, and give them away as like a contest thing on their YouTube show.
I could give away good strings as a contest on here.
Well, maybe it's someone you don't like. You can give them those ones out.
No, friends don't let friends do that. I lead by example in tone, Doug. I'm not here to just do gimmicky little giveaways like other channels. Hey, look, I got another subscriber. Let's give a contest, give away something. I think it's every 5 subs you do. That's the milestone. It's like
palm number 2 or 3, Ben. From the doctor.
I'm thinking it was 3.
I think that's face palm number 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Elixirs are boomers. I'm not surprised. Elixirs are the boomers of coated strings, though, because as soon as you start playing them, all the coating flakes off. So then you just got string dandruff all over your damn guitar.
Yeah, you got flakes everywhere, but I don't think they're boomers.
Yeah. Were they the first ones to start coating strings?
Elixir?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was their whole big thing, right? With their nano web technology.
Probably.
Yeah, because everything else was just different compounds, like your nickel wound or your steel string. Or... So, yeah. Gromora worked at Gore for 17 years. I don't know what Gore is, but with a name like Gromora, sure. Gore Corp. I don't know.
They're like Gore-Tex?
They are. Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
That's why I'm
you
guys in the community.
because they were playing cornhole today, and the deer flies just made it impossible.
Well, yeah, that's like Mark and I got 2 games of cornhole in yesterday, but there was like no breeze and just all the black flies. It was so annoying. So packed it up. I took Mark home, picked up a pizza on the way back home, had some pizza, and then took a nap. Like a champ. Well, there we go.
See, I was right. I know Gore-Tex.
Oh.
And Warrington also worked at Gore. All right. There's a lot of Gore in America, Charles, apparently.
Apparently.
I don't know.
Yeah, all about Al. Because
I don't know.
he invented the internet. He did. And he never actually claimed that. But anyway, let's not get into politics. So the Gore-Tex were the first for the strings?
I don't know.
And
Sure.
and they flaked? Because they did. They flaked everywhere.
When I was in the Army and I was getting ready, it was about a year before I got out when Gore-Tex became popular. And so they're basically a coating company, right? And so they made, weatherproof coatings for outdoor wear, basically.
Right.
Because all the new field jackets we got were Gore-Tex. They had hoods on them and everything, all kinds of fancy.
Mark was playing one of those X Series Martin 12 strings yesterday, which is made out of that manufactured stuff that looks like wood, but it's not wood.
Oh,
It's the big light of woods. Gore Mountain Ski Center. Well, there you go. All right. Yeah. Now I use D'Addario coated strings because they don't flake. I don't know what it's on them, but they don't flake, and that's fine by me. And they last forever. Well, not forever, because I do eventually have to. They last much longer. How about that?
There you go. Extended life.
And they're not breaking on you, Ben? Even when you're doing like high.
I haven't broke a string since those boomers.
Well, we
like Charles, have you ever seen me break a string playing guitar on air?
No.
Nope. No. And literally, we have the last broken string was documented on camera. Because all it takes is try to tune a set of boomers up to pitch and you'll snap one.
Yeah. I apologize for that. I sent you that set.
Like, who the fuck sends me boomers? They have no idea my history. Well, I'll watch. And the whole time, like, I'm going to break the high E.
Thank you, Bo.
So now the key is you just put a D'Addario on in its place.
Yeah.
Billy Baloney hasn't broke a string in years. Yeah, I used to break strings all the time, and then I stopped using boomers. And I only used boomers because that's what my dad used. He goes, oh, yeah, you break a string once in a while. I'm like, yeah, well, you don't have to, Dad. Guess what? Every other company in the world strings don't break. Oh.
Yeah, I used boomers for years because that's what came up my choir, just because when they sold it to me in 1987, whatever it was. That was on it, but was given a free set of strings that were the GHS boomers, the 9 to 42. And I thought, well, that's what belongs on this guitar. Boomers. And then I would just break everything. I just not even trying. Just trying to tune that 9 up the pitch, and suddenly you hear the ping, and then it's like
I used to break D strings a lot too on with boomers. You're playing also, and it would just because it would break at the bridge, Charles. But and it would just the wraps would hold it together, kind of thing. So you're like, what's going on? It's not as noticeable because it's just also becomes slack, and you're like, oh, did it slip out of the tuner? And you start tuning it. You're like, why is it going?
Let's go.
At the other end.
Yeah.
Like,
it would happen down here at the bridge, and you'd keep strumming away, and then suddenly you were bleeding.
Yeah.
Because you didn't realize that it was there. And yeah. So
there we go. Paul McCarry reports in. He broke an E on a set of boomers, putting them on and tuning. He doesn't even play.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for like David Gilmour's tech because he's endorsed by the motherfuckers. And he probably wants new strings every show. And he's like, you realize I go through 3 packs just to put one set on, right? Because I'm just snapping half the strings, just trying to get it hit. I think GHS were a big manufacturer of strings for a long time too. So that's why they endorsed everybody. But guess what? So did Kramer and BC Rich Guitars through the 80s. But when they recorded their albums, they were all using real like 59 Lester Pulses and stuff. I learned that real quick, Carol. My dad did a throwaway comment, right? Because we'd see all the music videos with all these guitars, and he'd be like, yeah, but what do they play on the albums? Right? So then I started paying attention to the interviews, right? And I noticed all these bands in the 80s, the guitar players all own vintage Les Pauls, which they used on the albums. Unless it was Wiggle Stick inspired, then they would pull out the Wiggle Stick guitar for that. Like even Mr. Van Halen did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Like unless he had to use the bar, he wasn't playing the Frankie or the 5150 unless the bar was needed in a recording. Otherwise, he was playing Les Pauls and stuff like that.
He was using his 58, 59 Carina Flying V on Hot for Teacher, and he didn't record with a Kramer until like the Wildlife soundtrack. So, and then it was kind of because he had to.
Right.
he didn't record anything with Kramer, or he had the Charvel parts.
Yeah,
master
the
as well,
Destroyer
Ben
too. That's
Allen.
right, Scott. Before he hacked it all up.
Yeah, he had the Destroyer too, and that was on You Really Got Me, Light Up the Sky, and whatever else on Van Halen too. Yeah.
Right, Hobo? What?
Yes.
Now I get it, Chris. I just figured it out. In the 80s was when we first started seeing the guitar vaults on tour, right? Where the guys got the 7 to 14 guitars, Charles, all lined up on the backstage. Why? Because you broke so many goddamn strings because you were endorsed by GHS. You needed all those guitars.
Yeah. If you were Lindsey Buckingham in the 70s and his tech, and he was using GHS, you weren't ever going to sleep.
Yo,
You'd
Speaker.
just be ringing all day. Hey, Speaker.
Hello there.
Advanced Destroyer with super distortion pickups.
Yeah, Scotty, good question, but I'm not quite sure that he used GHS boomers.
Oh. String talk, Doug. I know you're just fascinated by it.
I'm getting messages about going out thing. I'm like, kind of want to, kind of don't.
Right. Well, we're going to go for about another 15 minutes here, and then you can decide what you want to do from there. I'm just saying. Bo's going to be in touch. The commissioning, because now Charles has gotten out of the way. He's done one of these builds, if you will, with a T-shirt material. He goes, yeah, you just figure out all the blemishes with Charles Green, fella, and then, he's going to be looking for vintage 80s Rush.
Yes.
So,
and thank you for showing that off. Unbelievable. Appreciate it.
and now what guitar body will he use? Because if you're doing 80s Rush, shouldn't you have a guitar that Alex played in the 80s? That would be my guess, Charles, which I don't know what the fuck he played in the 80s. I think he was playing I know he had a signature guitar, and I don't mean a signature model, but that was the name of the guitar company. Signature.
Yeah, out of Canada. Yeah,
Very
he was doing that in the 80s. He was also playing his telly, like on New World Man, but everything else was the signature brand because they were both out of Canada.
Well, the great thing about doing a Rush guitar is
Gentlemen's Club here, Doug's Hotel. Zach's making plans for you, Doug, and
There it was, Zach.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day. There you
Actually,
go. They're going to herpy on you, Doug.
It's like a 2-minute walk. I forget what it's called. But apparently a bunch of people went there last night after I went home at 2 o'clock at the bar.
all right.
Oh, it's called the Capri Club, I think. That's what it's called.
So his mentioned the 335. I thought
Not
the 335
sponsored. Not sponsored, but let's shout them out.
was
Good
more
job,
70,
Doug.
I thought.
That was almost the fourth.
There's
pace
Patrick
car
Trites.
tonight, but good for that.
I know Alex Lifeson played a PRS a lot in the 90s. Who didn't, though?
He did. Yeah. Yeah. Because he had the signature model with them, which was.
So Alex is one of these guys, like, if I'm getting free gear, like, I'm signing with somebody at all times. Alex always had endorsements for that reason. Smart man.
And one hell of a player who earned it. So he played PRSs until he signed on with Gibson.
Right.
And, because of
the
double neck and the 335, 355, all the stuff that he played for in the early years was all Gibson. So, yeah, really.
If you watch interviews with Alex when they first got signed, Charles, they got the check, right? You go here.
Yeah.
They go, oh, we're going to buy gear. So what did they do? They would head straight to Long McQuaid on Bloor, the flagship store. And they snagged up some Gibbies, and Getty got his Ricky bass, and they got amps, and Neil got a set of drums. Nope, Neil wasn't in the band yet. Other drummer would have got a set of drums.
Oh, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's playing brass. Right. Like super strats. Like he was kind of leave the pickguard on, Charles. Like I'll actually modify a strat with a locking trem type setup. You know what I mean?
Nice.
I think
that's
what for some reason I'm thinking like an actual strat with a Floyd Rose.
That's what he had with Signature, though.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because he went with them because they're built in Canada, which I always thought is that why wasn't he ever endorsed by Godin? And then it would all be good. It would all been set.
No, Godin wasn't a thing in the 80s.
No,
I'm actually surprised he didn't sign with Lado.
That's
because Lado originally started building basically BC Rich clones.
Yeah.
But then, like BC Rich, what got in the 80s started building more of like just super strats, and that's where you got the endorsements with the what's the Iron Maiden guys who were playing Lados for a while.
Short while until they went to Charvel.
Yeah. Somebody else. Who else played Lados? Fellow Canucks.
Rick
I got
Emmett,
to meet Joe Lado.
Rick Emmett did for a minute, I think.
It's hard to say because he quit Triumph.
He was really a Yamaha guy, but I think he played Lado.
Yeah, he was a Yamaha guy. Steve Harris, right? The Unicorn and the Unicorn Explorer.
Well, BC Rich is saying he heard the Signature guitars were not exactly easy to play through.
No, they weren't.
Just need to be set up. I'm pretty sure I saw and played one at Steve's Music in Toronto. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I did.
When I saw the...
And the only person I could ask, Charles, my cousin, he'd be like, my cousin Lee, and he'd be like, what the fuck? I don't play guitar, and that was 30 plus years ago. I don't know.
He was playing them on the wasn't Power Windows tour. It was the Hold Your Fire tour, and he was playing them.
There we go. So you do a Yamaha.
Yeah, we could do that
for the Rick Emmett tribute.
Yamaha makes great.
That sounds like it's the tag at like at the end of the daytime show. When in Toronto, Zach Thong goes to the Long and McQuaid and Steve's Music, which is a schlep because they're not anywhere near each other. Because one's on Blur and one's on Queen, and that's a lot of long blocks. You can walk it, but no. Well, there was a time you could walk.
But you don't recommend it.
I do not recommend it. That's a long, Well, you know what you do, Charles, is you go to Steve's on Queen Street, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hop on a streetcar because they got streetcars on Queen Street,
and
ask for a transfer. So you hop on, you take the streetcar down to Yonge Street, which is the main drag north-south, okay? Go hop on the subway free of charge because you got the fucking transfer. Head up north to Bloor, hop off. Now, dealer's choice. Do you walk or grab another streetcar?
Mm-hmm.
It's like 3 or 4 blocks. Just fucking walk. It's nice out. It's sunny, unless it's not. And then hop on a streetcar. Because we have streetcars on some streets and subways on others and buses on others. Because that is the TTC. Hip always likes Steve's better. Yeah, Steve's isn't that great anymore. I looked him up not too long ago. I was thinking about doing a road trip, maybe up to Steve's, and I couldn't quantify it. It wasn't worth doing. They've lost most of the major brands, but they got like Fender Gibson. What do you fucking do? Who doesn't? Right? Like,
I don't own any Fender or Gibsons, so it may be worth going to.
Oh, I didn't tell you this one. Down and back with Doug. I didn't tell you this.
Yep.
I go into the Long McQuaid yesterday, and it's been a couple of weeks. On the top shelf or top row, okay, first guitar, prime location that you notice. The first one you notice, I was seen on the Gear Hunter, so used, so marked down. Can't read the first, or you can't read the digit. Something reissue, Okay, it says used for $6,200, and it's a Les Paul. And I went, okay, so that makes it, and it's a plain top burst. So if it's a plain top burst, it's got to be a 58. So it's either an R8 or a 58 reissue custom shop. And they're used for $6,200.
It's an R8.
They're about $9 new. So I was like, huh, really? Oh. And so I said to the store manager, I'm like, you're a dank for doing that. He goes, oh, I knew. He said, I knew I'd get you. I told the guys, put it right there. Ben's going to freak out. They're like, you're fucking right. He's got the Murphy Lab 2 over next to it. And I'm like, I'm looking up and I'm like, that's almost $16,000 before tax for these 2 guitars, and I want them both.
That's an R8. That's
yeah. So I'm going to demo the R8 tomorrow, Chris. I'm going in to do demo tomorrow, so the R8's getting demoed.
Tear it to pieces.
Which means somehow it's coming home.
Oh, it's not coming home.
They only do 2 years worth of financing, and I found it's 60%.
It's not coming home. I can't.
No, not unless
send that many
subsidizing
super chats to finance it. I can't do it.
Well, this is where we see how good the community really is.
Right? Everyone
feed my
do not super chat. Do not super chat. However,
don't super chat. No.
If 62 of you want to send me $100, if 62 of you want to send $100 to that address,
which I've done.
Yep. Okay, this one's demos. He covered them. I'm just saying. Which was funny because then I put out a demo later that week while I was sick, Charles, right? And one of the comments was, glad you didn't take the deal with Long and McQuaid, as you're commenting on a video shot at Long and McQuaid.
Yeah.
To which I hadn't, because I haven't been live since then. Yeah, I worked out the deal with Long McQuaid. So,
I was waiting for that question to be answered. And
and also I touched base with the lesson guy, who's the real guy I'm going to coordinate with, because the manager's like, oh, you can do a set time each one. I'm like, easy. We're not doing set times. We just, So I said to him, like, right now, I'm like, you got nothing before 2 p.m, right? Yeah. He goes, so I can just basically come in on him. Yeah. I'm like, all right. What about, because I got a little setup and tear down time. So let's say if it's an hour and 20. He goes, I'm only charging you for an hour, dude. I'm like, that's what I want to hear.
There you go.
So,
fuck off. Definitely, those R8s have.
Okay.
Those R8s have huge. I'm just not a fan.
See, I didn't think that.
I'm just not a fan. That's why I like 60s.
The last one I played, Chris, I fell in love with. I didn't know it was an R8 till I looked at the tag. I just thought it was a Tobacco Burst Les Paul. I was like, wow, this plays really good. And then I saw the medallion or on the Switch camera, like, oh, fuck, no wonder it plays so well. And then I saw the price.
Didn't know those of us in the audience watching you
didn't really feel much bigger than an R9. So
so there's basically the real difference between those R6s and the R8s or the size of the neck, right?
Yes.
Well, the necks get progressively smaller each year in theory, but it's minuscule, Charles. Now, an R7 or an R6, much bigger neck than an R8. But the R8, it's not much bigger than the R9s these days. It's just a plain top as opposed to a flame. That's basically the difference.
Yeah. Sorry.
Because they just
I'm looking at Doug.
Remember the Sunburst in '58, Chris? But they did the plain top, right? They discovered the burst. They're like, well, this looks nice, but they're not really selling that well. What if you do? They're like, we got all this wood with the squiggly marks. I wonder what that looks like under burst. And they're like, holy shit, that looks awesome. Let's make them that way going forward.
That's why I love tobacco bursts. I love the look of a tobacco burst. I just don't like the necks. I just don't. I'm the 60s neck guy. Something slimmer that I don't have to fight as much. It could weigh this, as much as a boat anchor. I sit and play because arthritis sucks. I'm going to stand and play. I hold it classical style. I just got to be able to move around the neck. I don't know.
We were discussing the Murphy Lab yesterday with one of the employees, and I think there was another customer. And I was explaining how between your various companies that make single cuts, as well as like your Upphone, Gibson, Custom Shop, Murphy Lab, what have you, conservatively, I've probably played close to 150 Les Pauls in my life. Okay.
Sure.
That Murphy Lab, which is still there, hands down best Les Paul I ever played. Like, it's not even close. And I get it. I get it because the attention to and it was literally hands down the best. It sounded the best. It felt the best. It looks the best. You know, it checked all the boxes with permanent marker. Check. Yeah.
Okay, so throw back up the virtual tip jar.
If there's
Only 14,000, folks.
97 of you
come true.
97 of you want to help a fella out, I'll try covering the tax, which is going to be over another $1,000. That's what I do, Charles. I pay the actual amount of the guitar, but I have to finance the tax.
The tax.
6 months of payments just for the sales tax. Have I played a Collings?
Gets you there.
I have played a Collings, Michael Krause. Nice, but it wasn't the Murphy Lab.
Collings are nice. It's just different. I don't really
Different
know
in
how
what
to
way?
I can't justify it, Zach, but like a $10,000 guitar, because I don't even want to spend that on a vehicle in life, So, because I'm thinking $10,000, Charles, that's 2 cars, or at least a car and a half, like a $7,000 and a $3,000 nice parts car.
Absolutely,
like a quality parts car, but
absolutely.
Michael Chris says you need to drive down to New Hampshire. Well, actually, I'd be driving up to New Hampshire, and save all that tax. No interest financing on the tax. Yeah, I wish. That's the Terry. And I do know that, it's 6 months.
Oh, sure, Terry. Yeah. BC Rich. Yeah. The Collings acoustics they are great.
You know what?
Great.
Charles would love to do a Les Paul, but I'm thinking he's going to use t-shirt material for that. Is you want the stretchy because of the carve, right? Is you're dealing with all kinds of angles.
The carve's actually, the fabric will lay down pretty nice in the carve. It's the horns are where it becomes really difficult, right? That little curve.
Well, I'm just thinking because like you have that carve, right? But it's on the compound, so at some point you will be stretching.
You will be stretching, but you can stretch it relatively easily. Yeah,
I wouldn't know. Charles has never received a couple guitars from me with weird angles that he has to wrap. So, there's number 4. There's number 4. He's still working on them.
One of them is coming close to the finish line.
Yeah, it is. It is. I actually did some work on it the other day. Put a couple patches on it, and we're ready to. Should be respraying some clear after not too long.
I was just thinking too. Yeah, it would be interesting because then Charles also has to deal with a fucking neck all the time. He can't just take the neck off because that junior up there on the wall that I can put
right here.
He's done the junior. Hold on, he's done the junior.
But the juniors are bolt on. Yeah, the juniors are all bolt ons.
Yeah, those FE juniors are all bolt on. Send that Parker to wrap. Ooh, bold.
No.
Yeah, how to devalue a Parker?
No.
That's like sending a vintage guitar to be wrapped. No.
We have joked in the past about me sending one of my Les Paul Menaces for him to wrap because of the way that the carves are in those bodies, and they're just a way.
Yeah, but he would just sand them all down. Now it's Les Paul light. It's like half the shit.
And that would piss me off so much. That's why I love the Les Paul Menaces.
Bozo, that was quick, no?
Damn right. No.
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 Well, so are we going out, Doug? Like, what's the plan?
I'm not sure yet. So,
all right. Well, I figure we should probably wrap things up here because we're getting, I don't know, crazier. I was going to say getting a little crazy. No.
We're getting out of hand.
Yeah, but it's been a fun Father's Day show because I got 3 father. No, Chris, you are not a father, are you?
Not that I know of.
Okay. That's what I thought. We're 50-50 here. I'm like, well, we got 3. No. like we had earlier there. Happy Father's Day, and those weren't. Congrats. Bo's like, it's too short. We'll drag things out then, Bo. I will be back tomorrow night with Canucks with Guitars. I will giving away some channel memberships. We still have 5 to give away, at least. Also, I will be playing some songs, whatever the fuck I want to play, for the most part, because it is demonetized already. Thank you, channel members. And I will be shooting some demos tomorrow, including for Charles, a semi-hollow body with a bagel stick and 3 P90s. All the P90s. All the dog ears. All the dog ears.
Am I going to have to order that from Long and Quaid?
The Riviera. It's an Epiphone Riviera, which I think should only be available in factory Buick colors if you're going to call it a Riviera.
I agree.
Yes, I agree.
Buick colors. Trev's on their way back to the Stack Shack. All right, that's cool.
Safety there, Trev.
Oh, I'm doing that. I'll do the R8, and we picked out another. There's going to be a Jackson involved with 6 strings, easy.
More 8 strings, please.
They actually have the non-fan fret version of that same 8 string there, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh fuck! And it was when it's hanging up the fan fret, Chris. I saw that one. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes! I could have demoed that one. It would have been half the string. Right?
You need a demo. You need to demo them both side by side.
Nope.
Again, relive the pain.
They don't have any reverence, Bo. I wish they did. Reverence would be cool. There's the Jackson, possibly a Charvel, maybe. Oh, might do some more acoustics as well. There's a couple in there that I saw that I haven't done before, including a beautiful little Yamaha that I almost bought. Looks like a classical guitar, but it was steel string. Had some digitals inside. Don't care, but it was $4.25 Canucks bucks. And Mark's sitting there with a full size low end Martin, like a Dreadnought. And it's Dreadnought, Charles. They put out some volume, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's strumming away on it. I strummed a chord on this little thing that's the size of a classical, and it blew it out of the water, volume wise. Wow. Yeah, that's what holy. We both looked at each other like, "Whoa, that happened." Oh,
yeah, and Yamaha makes great.
I would demo that Michael Krause 7-string Dean dime bag with a Kaler. As long as somebody tunes it for me first. I'm not doing it.
Dime didn't play with Kalers, so that's interesting.
But he would have.
That Falcon. Right.
Guy. Oh,
buy it.
I like that.
Hey, it's Jimmy Ray Hawkins.
Happy Father's Day.
I have 3 kids. I can still trade for R8 Murphy Lad. Never. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's
Or would I? It really depends on how they're acting up. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, how long would that timeout be? Put them in
I want to knock out at least 4 demos tomorrow. So that'll cover me for a couple of weeks. Working on trying to get some other guitars in. I can tell you what's selling and what's not, and they're not. Nobody's buying Fender. Stuff is not moving. Like that beautiful Oxblood telly I did the demo on last year, Charles. Fucking 2 of them still sitting there. The one I demoed plus another one. They're both sitting there. How are these not sold? They're a great guitar. But then again, QA. What's up, Kush? Gamora says I can demo his Falcon. And that's his Ford Falcon. I'm just just giving her full send. Doing donuts and stuff. Yeah, demo. It's good. It's peppy. I like it. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That would be funny. I'm just saying. Especially if it's open exhaust.
So we thank the channel members. We thank the Patreons.
We always thank the patrons on Mondays.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
Your show. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never been on your show before. So
Nope, never. No.
Never.
Whereas apparently Doug comes on every week now.
Yes.
First ever back-to-back guest on the Sunday show because a fellow took a week off due to illness.
Doug is staff now.
Yeah.
Well, Doug's the man. So that's for sure.
Well, twice the Coombs, twice the fun.
That's what we try telling everybody. That's what we do. State your reason for business when we cross the border. We're like, twice the Coombs, twice the fun. They're like, we don't know about that. But come on in. Keep an eye on them. And then we end up with the 4 helicopters following us all the way from upstate New York to North Carolina.
That's a coincidence.
He thinks, like, who's the new guy? Who's the new guy? Well, that's Charles 75N, Keith. No. Just don't poop your pants. Well, too late for that, Scott. Sometimes it happens. Oh, Matt says Doug's awesome. Well, let's see. Doug spends a lot of time in Alabama, so
Doug is awesome.
I do.
No, Matt spends a lot of time in Alabama, so just and Georgia, which I don't know. Step up. Sure, let's go with that. It's not Alabama. I think that's what it says on the state line, Charles. Now entering Georgia, we're not Alabama.
Definitely not Alabama.
So I don't know. On that note, we should probably wrap things up. Oh, and bad album covers tomorrow night featuring myself and. Oh, look at that! My internet's fucked up again. Oh, nope, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Boner Jams is here though.
Boner Jams is here. Oh, there it is. My chat just caught up. Thank you, Boner Jams. I'm not here for late night shenanigans, but I do have 431 pics of a scantily clad. Oops, wrong chat room. Not card day.
Happy Father's Day there, Brian. Happy Father's Day there, Boner.
Well, crafty comments from Boner Jams all the time.
Yep.
Happy Father's Day there, Brian.
Well, since I'm losing bandwidth on my phone and I've lost bandwidth on my actual internet, we should probably wrap things up. So Charles is still Charles. John's John for now. And, it's always good to have Doug on. It's always good. And be good to each other because, all their wives are real. And happy anniversary, Karma. Nothing better than having your husband half a country away. She's like, yep, I like it.
Yep.
It's just her and the boy. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. And, folks, if you haven't already subbed to the Charles 75N channel, here's another reason.
That's right. Yeah. I heard I might be getting Boner Jams on the show, which should be
nice.
Yeah,
I broke that news to Charles. He's like, what? You should now. You want to say, Chris? You want to see the look on someone's face? This guy, because we love him. He hops on here for an off-air hang in the past week. And the first thing I say to him, so I hear you getting Boner Jams on for a Chat with Charles episode. And it's what? He's like, I am.
Get your boner on. I agree.
I was like, oh, you haven't checked your Skype messages because Trev messaged you a while back, Mr.
Get your boner on.
Booking agent to the stars.
Trev is quite excellent at that. Much appreciated.
He booked your show quite a bit for you.
Yeah.
And Brian would be a great guest. That's for sure.
Yep. See if you only have duo. What's up? Family reunion.
You see the duo.
So on that note, we're all still us, and you all are still y'all. And I'll be back tomorrow with more shenanigans. And be good to each other. Happy tone chasing. And oh yeah, right, because I had to reset everything.
Don't litter.
what he said.
Yeah.